Good morning all. Myself Priyanka Lanjawar, Faculty of Computer Science and Engineering Data Science, RCPIT Shirpur. So today we are focusing on the subject that is Constitution of India, which is audit course, which is offered at the third semester, third year, fifth semester. So these are the prerequisite and course objectives. So course objectives are to provide the basic information about the Indian Constitution, to identify individual roles and ethical responsibility towards society, and third one is to understand human rights and its implication. So these are the course outcome. Very first is the explain the historical background, philosophy and salient features of the Indian Constitution, interpret the fundamental rights, our duties, the directive principle of enrich in the Constitution for responsible citizenship. They describe the structure, roles and functions of the legislative, executive and the judiciary branches of the government, analyze the federal structure, center-state relations and the constitutional provisions for governance and emergency powers, and last one is to apply the constitutional principle to contemporary socio and political and legal issues, fostering ethical and democratic values. So the first unit is on the introduction to Constitution of the India, which include the making of the Indian Constitution, the silent feature, preamble and our fundamental rights. So let's discuss what is Indian Constitution. So it constitute the structure of the government. So it empowers the different rules and rights of the citizenship, the duties of the citizenship. It empowers the power of the government, then relationship between the center and the state, how they are going to communicate with each other. Then our Indian Constitution is adopted at 26 November 1949 and which is enforced or implemented on our Republic Day, that is 26 Jan 1950. So making of the Indian Constitution, so it started at the 1946, which is our cabinet mission plan. So it was formed on 9 December 1946. So the first president was the Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, and the permanent president is our president, that is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and the different members are the Gopal Swami Iyengar, then Aladi Krishna Swami Iyer, K. M. Munshi, then Syed Muhammad Sadullah, then B.L. Mittar, D.P. Khatan. So these are the different members which was included in the drafting committee. So the Indian Constitution, it has a total constitute assembly members 389, final members after reduction to 99, and the total days required to complete the constitution was 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. So total sessions are included are 11, and meetings was held that is 165 days and adopted at 26 November 1949 and effective from the 26 Jan 1950. So these are the timeline that we already discussed. So it was formed at 9 December 1946, adopted at 26 November 1949 and enforced in 26 Jan 1950. So these are the different sources uh, um, that we have taken the different sources from the different countries over there, such as UK, USA, Ireland, Canada, Australia, USSR and France. So these are the different countries from where we taken different points, or from there we were taken different articles. So these are the different silent features. So it was very lengthiest written constitution from the different countries, and it has this overgain socialist, secular, democratic, republic, parliamentary government is there, federal system with the unitary bias, then independent judiciary, single citizenship, universal adult franchises, fundamental rights, the fundamental duties and directive principle of the state. So these are the different features we can say which is provided by our constitution. So right now the Indian Constitution currently contains the 444 articles, and which was grouped into the 25 parts and 12 schedules. So this is the preamble of the Indian Constitution. So it started with the word that is we the people of India, and it has the different objectives such as justice, In terms of the social, economic and political, we have the justice, then liberty in terms of our thoughts, the emotion, the expression, the beliefs, the faith and worship, equality in terms of our status, the opportunity and the rights, and last one is the fraternity, that is it contains the dignity, the unity and the integrity. So this is the preamble of our constitution. So last was the fundamental rights. So this fundamental rights included in the part 3, and it has the different articles, such as from article 12 to 35 it was written. So there are total 6 fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. So very first is the right to equality. So the article number 14 to 18, it guarantees the equality before the law and equal protection of the laws, and it prohibits the discrimination based on the religion, the race, the caste, the sex and the place of birth. So we can't discriminate the people based on this thing. So next fundamental rights is the right to freedom, which has defined in the article 19 to 22, and protects the 6 specific freedom, including the freedom of speech, the freedom of assembly, the association, movement, residence and the profession. So next fundamental right is the right against exploitation. So we prohibit the human trafficking. We can't force the labors or similarly involuntary work practices. So the government provides the ban on the employment of the children under 14 years of age in the dangerous environments such as factories and the mines. So next fundamental right is right to freedom of religion. So it was defined in the article 25 to 28. So it grants the freedom to manage the religious affairs, institution and the properties. So next one is the cultural and educational rights. So it defines in between article 29 to 30. So it safeguards the distinct languages, different languages, the scripts or the cultural of the minority groups, and it manages the educational institution of their choice. So we can choose our institution, we can choose the educational institution of our choice. So we have this rights. So last one is the right to constitutional remedies. So it is defined in the article 32. It defines or it provides the rights to the people, or it empowers the citizen to approach the Supreme Court directly if any of their fundamental rights are violated. So total 6 fundamental rights are there, such as right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religious, cultural and educational rights. So any one of this is violated, then we can directly approach to the Supreme Court of our country and uh, and go to the Supreme Court if any of the rights are violated. So these are the references, NCERT books and polity textbooks. Thank you.